During all technical dives, when you start them out, you do something we call an S drill or a safety drill. It's actually a multiple range of things that are including equipment matching, looking at the route that you're going to take, being happy with the decompression and the tables that you might need to follow. But then when you're in the water, there's a couple of specific exercises that you need to do. And so what are we expecting the divers to be able to do when they begin their cave dive?
I think it's worth saying that the safety drill is designed to catch potential problems before you go to depth or you do whatever you set out to do, whether it be a cave dive. And it's not always convenient on a boat to do a very good buddy check or safety check or team check to prepare yourself. Sometimes that's solos, and then sometimes you don't get everything done you want because of the conditions. You're trying to catch up with that underwater. I think it's important, it's good as well too, because if you've had some surface stress, you're not racing to get down either. It's a pause before you do anything. And during that pause, you're going to be doing things like checking for bubbles, checking that there's nothing ultimately wrong with your equipment. You're going to be at least breathing both the regulators you've got and checking that everything's turned on properly, because there's the other problem, that things aren't turned on. You're then going to do, in cave diving specifically, you're going to do some kind of air sharing, so that confirms that a team member knows how to interact with you should you need to do it. And there's two types we use, isn't there? There's a modified S drill, and we call it full S drill. And at cave level, what I loved about cave diving is, as much as I didn't at the time, maybe when I was learning, is because I was wanting to get in the cave and use my gas. I didn't want to waste all this gas, I thought, at the start of a dive. But actually, you're just conditioning yourself to starting a cave dive well, you know, with a teammate. Because let's say you've got a new teammate who isn't really familiar. That's the one day you're probably going to have this out of gas problem where you might need to air share. And because you've not checked if both team members can do it properly, well, it's going to bite you at that stage, right?
Yeah, I mean, the air sharing, we've talked a lot about, does it happen and is it needed? I personally like it because you're demonstrating competency. You're seeing what the other diver can do. Are they ready? Are they up for it? So for me, it's much more like, it's like a green light.
You're proving yourself before the cave dive starts, aren't you? Look, today I'm ready, I'm skilled, I did that efficiently, let's go.
And what's the difference then for you between the modified S drill and the full S drill?
I think the full S drill, obviously you're pulling out that whole long hose, which is going to have an element of re-stowing it, and you've got a little bit of time, maybe swimming, turning around, going back to the start spot again and putting it all away. So great for disciplining. Not always practical though if the open water area is smaller. You know, then you might cause more impact. And if there's other teams coming in as well, it's just not really suitable, is it? You're causing so much more impact when you could have gone to a different training site if that was your goal, to get your divers skilled at that and doing a full S drill. So what I like to do is I like to do a mixture of full S drills when possible and modified S drills when it's also needed for that site.